Hey, welcome. You might see it a bit of a back end today because I'm trying to use one screen to do everything. So sorry about that. So today we're going to be talking about the new V3 Affinity by Canva, which unbelievably is free. Hello Bella, hello Renee. So yeah, lots to talk about on air today. Very much so. Might be a little bit of a long one. So this is just what I know from it for now. I've only had it like a day or something, so bear with me. I'm not usually a PC user either, so this might be interesting. So this is the welcome screen. This is where you'll select your canvas or whatever you want. This where it says start creating. If you've opened up documents before, this will actually fill up with your documents that you've opened, just for a quick, easy access kind of thing. The other thing to know is that when you do sign up, when you do try and log in, you have to have a Canva account to log in to. There's mine right there. So we'll just go to a normal document in a minute. No, we won't. I was gonna, actually, I'll just do that and then I'll come back out of it. So we'll go to new, and then you can select any of the presets, or you can set up your own one. So you can go to pixels, which we're more used to, 300 dots per inch because we want to print it eventually, and then you'll put in here whatever the screen size you want. Oh yes, free account, Bella, good point. So I'm just gonna put in here something like 4,000 by 4,000, and then you go. You can put on transparent background, yes or no, which I will show you in a bit how to put it on if you haven't got it on. And then you just go to create document, and then there you go, you're in. Hey Segma, good to see you. But what we're going to do is open up the live document today because I need something to work from. So I'm going to go to File, Open, and then this is the live 131 today. That's what we're on. So we'll go here. Give it a second. And then you'll see the list of things. Oh yeah, this is where I haven't installed all the fonts yet. So as you can see, I'm very new at the moment. So yeah, this list is just the things that I want to point out today that I've find interesting. So let's start with studios, which are these up here. And there's vector, pixel, layout, and Canva AI at the menu. Vector is designer, pixel will be like photo, and layout will be like publisher. So instead of having 3 separate apps, they put it all into one. Now Canva AI, you don't have to use it, so you could go to this little 3-dot menu and select which ones you want to show and which ones you don't. You can turn it off, and then you won't see anything like that at all. But to use the Canva AI, you do have to have like an account with them. We'll just switch to AI now. I'll show you what comes up when you try to use anything. Oh, no, it's because I've got it enabled. it would come up that you can't use it. Sorry about that. Yeah, I've enabled it just for this demo today. So let's go back to our vector layer, our designer layer. The other thing that you can do with these, which is quite handy, is you can right click it and edit it. So if you don't want it called vector and you want it called designer, say, you can change that. And then if you don't want it blue, you could have it, I don't know, purple or something. And then OK. For update. And there you go. Purple. Why is it not changed to designer yet? Does it have to be reset or something? I'm sure I clicked update. Let me get back in. Did I not do it right? Designer. And remove icon cutter now. Just reading to make sure. See, I think I found the first bug, people. Or it might just be my laptop because it is really old. But you are meant to rename them and stuff. The other thing that is really interesting is that those are not just the only studios that they have. So as you can see, there's slice, color grading, typography, all that kind of good stuff. So you can just enable them when you want to. The other thing you can do is create your own studio. And then just call it whatever you want. I'll just call this one Teek. And we'll have that one in purple as well. Create that. And there we go. We got Teek Studio now. But as you can see, it's copied all the tools from Vector. If you don't want that, you can go. I forgot where it is, but you can get rid of all the tools. Is it that when you try and add a tool? No, I did have this earlier. I can't remember. Let's try customizing the toolbar. Because in here you can add things that you want to. So I'm just gonna hit reset tools, see if that does it. Yeah, so now it's blank. So you can literally add what you want from any of the studios. So if you want to add, and let's go to the vector tool, like pen tool, you can drag that one and put that one up there. And then if you wanted to go to pixel, and you wanted some pixel, just try and look for something that you didn't get in vector. So like the blur brush tool here, you can drag that one over. And there you go. So you can mix up the different studios. You can make your perfect studio. So you can have like all your vector tools, or your pixel tools, or your layout tools, whatever. I'm just gonna reset that because I don't want that tool. But you get the point. The other thing I think it does, might not because I can't see it. I thought it said something about there's import, so there must be an export somewhere. I just can't remember where it is. Looks like you can import other people's studios. So if there was something that you like the look of, you could do that. I'm just gonna is it delete? I didn't see delete there either. Oh well, just leave that one there for now. Very confusing. So you got the layers. It's just basically like the same as what you've seen before, with things like layers, color, that kind of stuff. It might be a little bit like, where's this thing? Like I've put on here, stock image, and it's like, where is the stock image gone? Because it's not there anymore. Stuff like that. The other thing that you might find is that I'm talking about a new feature, and you've already had it before in version 2, but coming from iPad, we didn't have it on there. So there was extra features that you get in the PC version that we didn't have. So it's all new to me. And I've never used like Photo and Publisher as well, so if there's anything from them, I don't know. It's still there, Teek. Just need to add the stock panel. I'll get to that, Renee. I'm just saying things like that is like, where's this particular tool gone? Because you can't find it anymore. So let's go through a few of these. Let's go to mesh tool. That's the second one in line. I'm just going to turn that off, give us a white background, and then go to the shape tool and make a rectangle just here. Just going to make that red for now. And I'm going to go to the fill tool, which is this one. And you can just do the usual sort of linear fills just like this. Go from light to dark or whatever. But there is a new type. So you go into type and you've got the usual elliptical, conical, that kind of stuff. But there is a new one called mesh. And it looks a bit like this. Now each one of those points you can make a different color. So if I select this one and make it blue, say, and select this one and make it pink, but select this one, make it green, and this one, make it yellow or something. The other thing you can do is grab hold of the node and move them around, just like this. And just like the other kind of mesh in the warps, you can add them. So add a line here. And we'll just change some of these colors. Let's change this middle one to bright blue. And as you can see, you've got little handles as well on each node. You can like bend them how you want. And then when you go back to move tool, it will be set just like that. That's something that we couldn't do before, which is very cool. Especially if you watched some of my previous videos where I'd make a black rectangle on top of that, and then what you cut out from the black rectangle, like text or something, that color will shine through, which is very cool. They made it much easier. So let's turn that one off. Let's go to another one. Turn off the white rectangle. So we got advanced colors. Now this is amazing. I don't know whether you already had this on version 2, but we certainly ain't got it on iPad. So I'm just gonna go back in, make another rectangle on white background. If it would let me. Wait, let me just make this page a little bit. Make it red. Oh, that's not done that one. Wait there. See, I'm looking for undo, and it's Control Z on the PC. And something I'm very not used to. So is that colourful? Yeah, it is. So what happened to my little rectangle I just made? I'm just gonna go make it again. So go into rectangle. Like I say, the bugs and things might just be my laptop. It's a bit old. So I wouldn't go blaming Affinity just yet. So now that rectangle is red and is there. Okay. So now that we've got that rectangle, just gonna pick on it. You can see it right here. Now in the color wheel, which we did have on iPad, there is another little function. Can you see this little arrow down here? Go to the arrow and there's something called advanced. Now this is amazing. Go to advanced, and it gives you all the tints of that color, all the shades, all the complementary colors, everything that you've ever needed in color theory, right there in front of your face. Very cool. And that works with any color. So you can pick another color, and you can see them changing as we go. There's all the various shades and tints and whatever. I thought that was very cool. But again, I don't know if that was a new feature or something that they've added, like in V2, and we just didn't get it on iPad. But either way, that was a cool one. So I'm going to close that advanced panel back up so I can see these layers a bit better. Let's go to turn that one off. Go back to our list. So object selection. Now this is a bit cool. In fact, I'm going to do stock image as well. I'm just going to add that one in there. So object selection and stock image. Now stock image, usually a little function down here on the iPad, not there. So in this version, we come up here and we go to Pixel Studio first, or Photo, and then it's just there, just above your layer panel. It says stock just there. Now it's set to pixels by default, which I don't like. If you go to Pixel Bay, you get the option to change the vector or not. Obviously, we won't be using it this time, but just so you know where it is. I'm just going to put in here, what do we need? An object selection. So if I just put in a person, and then pick a person like this one, drag it over. I'll turn some of these layers off in a sec. But I told you who the picture was by and all sorts. That didn't happen on iPad. So let's go into layers and turn off some of these. And turn on that white background there. So let's pick on this person. Make it a bit bigger. You can see. There we go. Now, you want to select just the person, not the background, just the person. So in Pixel Persona, or Pixel Studio as they call it now, in Photo, there's this little tool here called Object Selection Tool. Now, mine's probably enabled. No, that's right. So you see it says Machine Learning Models. Now, don't be scared of this. This is technically an AI, but it's a very, very weak AI. It literally just does selections. So nothing really to worry about. And that's why it's free as well. So if we go to, I forgot where it is. Edit, settings, and then machine learning. You'll see that there's all these functions down here. And the only one that hasn't got a crown by it, because they're all paid for, is this one up here. And this is the one that we'll need. So it just selects objects, that's all it does. Just install that one, wait a little second for it to download. Didn't take long. Downloaded now. Already there. So halfway. I should have had music. It's getting there, it's getting there. And we're done. Good. So with that machine model, whatever it is, machine learning model installed, now we can close out of there. And we get back to our subject. Make sure that you've got it selected in layers, which we have. And then you can go to this object selection tool again. And this time, we won't get that little message. We'll get a clock instead. As you can see, I'm just moving around just so you can see here. Now, what that's doing is it's thinking, like, what do I need to separate in this image, like for selections? And just reading your comment, Renee, you recommend the paid Canva account. We'll get there in a bit. So what I've done, I've activated the free trial for now because obviously I can't afford that. Just to show you the features that are there, and I think they'll blow your mind because they are amazing. Right, now that that's done, that clock is not there now. It's just a little crosshair, and you'll see it selects different parts of the image. See, like the door, the background. Like, I think you can even go as far as, oh no, it's not letting me do. On some subjects, you can go to like hair. So what we want is the person. So we're going to click the person. Then it goes green. Thinks for a minute. And what you'll see is the selection around the person, which is what we want. This would have taken quite a while before. It's only taken this long because of my laptop. It really is. It's very old. Trying to like stream and everything. You cancelled Canva back in May. After I show you what I'm going to show you later, you might want to reconsider that option. I wish I could afford it, I really do. Yeah, this is taking extra long. I'm sure it's because I'm trying to stream as well as select the object. We'll give it a few more seconds. Wow, it's really not doing it. Typical, because I'm trying to show you on the live. That's all it is. So I might not be able to show you what I show you later either. This doesn't work. Ah, yeah, you see the ants around the picture? That is selected the person. Just like that. So what we can do now is go to edit and copy, and then edit and paste it back in. Give it a second because my laptop's so old. And what you'll see is that the person is there on his own. And that was too early, Bella. Yeah, Canva itself is very confusing. Very, very confusing. I've been having a little play. Yeah, this is going to take a little while. I can't believe how long this is taking. Wow. Okay. Yeah, this got me a little bit worried about what I'm going to be doing later. I know it was bad, but come on. If we all did, it would be doing twice as much whilst the streaming as well. Come on, come on. You use it professionally, and although it looks so Roman, it's got a lot going for it. Yep, certainly has. Unlike my laptop right now, it's screaming its head off. You can't hear it, which is good. Trying to catch up with what we're doing. At the moment, you have a Creative Fabrica. The Creative Fabrica is also awesome. I've got one of these. Just today, cancelled Creative Fabrica. Typical. I like it for fonts and things. When you need something, it's always got what you need in a hurry. I can't believe this is taking so long. Serious? Now it is actually done. I thought it would come up with a little picture there, but it's not there. So as you can see, he's cut out. Now you could go and refine it, the edges and all sorts, but I won't bore you with that for now. But that was just to show you it knows how to cut things out of the background, which is awesome. Just go back to our list. Oh, can you see the selection of the guys still there? So this was something that I had to look up because it was bugging me. You go to pixel, then pixel selection, and deselect. That will be gone. That'll be on my list as well in a bit, as you'll see. I'm just going to go back to our list now. So we got object selection just here. We got background removal, but I didn't show you the refine because it does take a while, that one. Stock image and deselect. So now we're on to shapes. Now again, this might be a feature that was on VT, but it wasn't on iPad. But I thought it was real cool. So just go back to our white. Now I'm gonna go pick a tool, a shape tool, but I'm gonna pick something like cog. Now, as you know, with things like cog, when you drag them out, you see these little orange balls, and then you can adjust the shape how you want to, like that. You can adjust all of them. That's always been there. However, on this version, or at least not on iPad, there's this little thing called presets up here. I click that, and it comes up with all these different shapes. They're already presetly done. Just click that one there. But this shape also has these little orange dots. So you could change those if you want to. Midnight. I thought that was very cool. There's even more shapes. They're just presets. See, now you're saying that, but on iPad there was no such thing. So that to me is amazing. Oh, the cat tool, by the way, is on the PC version. I forgot about that. Another thing that's not on iPad. So you can make literal cat shames. But I'm guessing you could do that in V2. I'm just gonna delete that one. Trying to find things is like pretty difficult. Turn that one off, get back to order. Okay, so we got resize canvas. Which, what's up here? Some more document. And then setup. Then document setup. This was just called resize on iPad. But there's document setup on here. And then you can literally put in, you change everything, dots print, change the document units, how many, what size it is, I mean, that kind of thing. It's all there. So that was cool, because that was one of these. I don't know where that's gone. So transparent canvas is another thing. So on iPad, that was another thing that was just like in edit or something, or whatever it is, the three dots, and then canvas, transparent canvas, done. On here, I was like, where is it? So I went to document, and I think it was, yes, setup, and then it's right there, transparent background. I say it's all there, it's just in an unusual place that you're not expecting, or I wasn't expecting anyway. So what else we got? New image presets. So this was something new, but to me anyway. And I can't really show you because I haven't got anything to show you. But you can do this in a batch as well. So that was well cool. File. What was it? I don't remember which one it was. One of these. No, I can't think where it is. Oh, new image preset. And you could do it as a batch as well. So you could literally change things all at once, which is something that you could definitely not do on iPad. Like, I know, say you wanted to resize a bunch of documents or stuff like that. Or even if you had a bunch of pictures that you've say taken on holiday, but you didn't want people to know exactly where you were on holiday, you can get rid of something called the metadata. So that is something you could do as a batch for all those photos. Get rid of the metadata. Then no one knows where that picture was taken, etc., or what it was taken with, that kind of thing. Because the metadata is always on every image. And it tells you so much about that particular photo, like where it was taken, what it was taken on, that kind of stuff. So all that will be gone. Now, live filters is something that was in Affinity Photo, but obviously not on our designer that I'm used to. So I'll show you what live filter is. Again, let's get back to that person. Yeah, I'll just use that person. So the white background and names and things. No, I need the white background. Yeah, I'll let let's yeah, do it on this person here. So we can go to I think it's, is it edit or file or something? One of these. Or is it under pixel? New live filter layer. There we go. And then it gives you all the options. Now, glitch is a new one. The V3 that I do know. That was never there before. So I'll show you that one. Oh, the other thing, well, it was not on the iPad. Let me try and find it. half tone. There was a half tone. I don't know if that was on V2. Just reading your comments. Yeah, trying to find things in the comments. It's been a bit of a mesh. So half tone just like that. The nice thing about this is it's live, so you've always got the original if you want to, or you could just have the effect like that. Let me just delete that one. I'll show you the new glitch one. It was in Pixel, in new filter layer, distort, glitch. Now this has got many different methods, as they call it. So a couple of interesting ones are things like sawtooth, and then we add the strength. You'll see what it does. No, it does nothing. But because I probably haven't selected it or something. Put these in a folder. I know that works on iPad. Whether it works here, I don't know. Let's put these in a group. Right now, does it do anything? I clear this one off again. And put it back on. Right, this one. And now we'll go to light filter. Distort, glitch. Go to sawtooth. And now failed. Yeah, there we go. See, that is what it does. Just like that. And you can go to any of these other ones. Try warp. Goes like that. Like I say, the beauty of all this is that it's on a filter. So as soon as you cancel it, it goes back to normal. Let's get rid of the filter. There we go, it goes back to the original. Glitch is so cool. It is. We used to do it sort of manually, so I think that's why they've added it in. So what Glitch is actually doing is taking the red, green, and blue channels and makes them white a little bit. So that's the way it's usually done, or the way that we would have done it back in the day. So there's another thing as well down here under the pixel. There is a brush. No, this one. So this is the filter brush tool, and we can do the same thing again. So we select what one we want. So let's say it's half tone. You can actually see the preview of when I put in the mouse. But if you just wanted to do his face half tone, just like this, not very good with a mouse. Just like that. You could do the half tone, or Control Z, looking for undo all the time. And let's change it to the glitch. And let's put a different one on. What wouldn't be good? Let's try shred, shall we? That, as you can see, it makes it kind of like a pixelated bit of a mess. But it will just be where you brush it on the subject. Like that. It's all toys, really. It's like, what would you use this for, actually? I guess you could make something cool out of it. Just read in your comments. Don't think there's anything for me to worry about in the comments, so that's good. So where were we? Let's get back to our list. Turn that one off. Use the group. Turn the way off. Get back to our. Oh yeah, so open AI files. And this is something that definitely wasn't in iPad. I don't know if it's ever been on Affinity. You can tell me if I'm wrong. But yeah, open AI files. This is gonna be the turning point for Affinity if it's a new thing. So the one thing that everyone was whinging about basically is that all those years that I've used Adobe Illustrator, like all that work, now I can use it in Affinity, and now you can. So that's like, so we go to open, and up here, this is not one that I've done. It's just something I've downloaded off the internet. So I've got an Illustrator file here. And what's interesting about it is it immediately comes up as an Affinity file. And I'll just click on it now. You can see it tries to open it as a PDF. When you click OK, you'll actually see all the layers and everything are all intact. For this, I'll just go down to something that I can change color of. If I can. So little scrolled off. Oh, I did it. I clicked away. And let's go with that right there. So it's that little bit on his nose. So zoom in. That piece right there. If I wanted it a different color, etc., you can do that. Because you have access to the full vector. That is game changing to me. Because like, well, now what are they gonna say? Because if you can open up Illustrator files, they haven't got a leg to stand on this. So that is like super duper. So I don't know if that's a new thing or, but that's definitely new to me. Yeah, when I seen it do that, I was like, wow, it opens up Illustrator files. That's crazy. Maybe back to our live file. What else there is? Go to open new V3, the live. And that was the end of that list. That's cool. So, there is one more thing. I don't know why it wasn't on the list. I have to borrow this one. Can I duplicate it? Bring it up. Oh, it's already there. It was there. It's just not on the list. So this thing here You'll really like this. Go to our white. There we go. Let's bring up that sports team logo. Just there. And click on. So this sports logo in design files, does it? That's very cool as well. So this sports logo is actually a PNG, and you'll see that when I zoom in. It's very pixelated, just like that. But it looks pretty good from, say, this angle there. So that is something that we need to fix as such. So we go to our vector studio, and then up to vector, with it selected in the layers, by the way, in case I didn't mention that. To vector, and then there's image trace. Now I'll put it on split view so we can see that a bit better. I'll zoom in here, and what you'll actually see is how it affects from vector from pixel. Look at the difference. It makes everything right. That is amazing. Obviously, if I apply that, and I can open it up, and it's now full vector. So if I want to change something, let's change a white bit, change the color, say blue, and there we go. That is like really amazing. We've wanted that for a long time, and there it is. There's image trace. I don't know why it wasn't on my list, but there we go. So as I said, that is now sort of like the things that I find so far that were interesting to me. So if you don't want to hear about AI stuff, then I suggest that you look away now. Thanks for coming. So now I'm going to go into the Canva AI section. You don't need this at all. This is purely a paid thing. If you want to go down this road, so you don't need to. Oh, I forgot to do this as well. So last challenge, we had some entries from Maverick. If you remember rightly, it was what do they call it? Isometric text, and these are the entries that he had. So that's well cool. See them on screen for 2 seconds. Auto trace doesn't work on my everyday PC. Yeah, I was struggling. Like I've seen, I've struggled with this laptop, and I'm dreading in a minute when I try and show you the AI stuff. Just quickly go through this, just in case anyone does want to look away. So, we have the challenge, which I guess this week you don't really need a challenge. But just do something that I've shown you in version 3 if you want to, something new. So we always have our weekly Q&A, as you see here. And that is where you can ask anything you like, especially for V3 now. And I will try and look it up for the next time. So that brings us to how to ask. You can ask me directly in the chat now. You can ask it in the comments if you're watching this video afterwards. You can ask in the Q&A section of our Discord community, or you can just ask us on the Facebook community. There's the QR codes on the screen. The links are in the description. Let's get to the AI section. So let's bring up that sports team logo again. I'll show you this one. So I'm just going to go to the Canva AI. Now, remember I said that we need to turn those machine learning tools on. So I'm just going to go back and do that, which was in edit settings, then machine learning. Now these are all craned, so they're all paid for stuff, but I have got it on free trial at the moment, so I can do this just to show you. You forgot to show your isometric things. Never mind. I will try and show you them next time if you can send them into the club. You're getting ready for your cruise on Monday. Nice, bye. Just clicking these on. They take a little while to download. Some of them are quite big, some of them are quite small. But we're going to need them all. Show you some of the stuff. Like I said, I've only got these at the May because this is free trial. I couldn't afford this all the time. Taking a while to load in, I think. And this one's only 5 megs, so it'll be easy. And there we go. So now that we've got all the learning models, now we can show you some of the AI stuff. So in Canva AI, you've got first, actually, let me get rid of that because there is something before that. Let's just get back on to vector, and I'll just turn off the sports logos 2 seconds. Put on the white rectangle for now. So the first thing that I show you in Canva AI is that we can just do the usual, put in something like go for sunny landscape. With a cabin. Totally random. But yeah, you do the usual text to image. So that is something that you've seen before. It's like practically in every program nowadays. We'll just wait for that to do. So there's our cabin. So I'm just going to use the move tool just to enlarge this thing so we can see it better. And there we go. Perfect. The auto enhance prompt is, yeah, oh yeah. You see, it's very everything down here to make this picture. Obviously, I didn't write all that. I just wanted a cabin on a landscape, and it did the rest. So the first thing I'm going to show you is the expand tool. So this is very cool. Just say you wanted an extra bit of field here. We go to expand, which again has got a little crown on saying that it would be paid for. Obviously, we're on the free account right now. Free trial, I mean. Let's see. It's all good. We just leave that going a second, and hopefully it will extend our picture for us. Might have seen this before in other programs, but it's just very cool that we can do this sort of directly in Affinity right now, but obviously we're using Canva stuff to do it, but it's right in Affinity, if you know what I mean. So we'll just do it. And there we go. So we got our extension. Now, what is interesting, I find, is that that is not one complete picture. That is two. So if I go back to vector 2 seconds, you'll actually see there's that bit and that bit. So there's actually two images. So you're aware. Right, back to Canva again. So the next one down, this one, the one with the little pencil on it. Now this is generative fill. You might have seen this on Photoshop. It's very cool. This one will blow your mind if you haven't seen it. So you go into here, and then you select part of the picture. So, and then you say like up here, bar, and then you type in whatever you want for it to be there. Say, and then you see we had a spacecraft up there. There we go. And then apply it. Let's go crying again, saying it's paid for. And what this will hopefully do when it generates. Just generating it now. Oh, horribly, I should have done that. I couldn't think, I just thought, oh, aliens, that do. It should seamlessly put it in that, in the picture for us. Let's see if it does that. And there we go. So again, that's completely separate as well. If we don't like that particular one, we could generate more variations of that. Let's try for another one. Can you see it says super resolve under there? That is something that we're coming to later right here. Because this one. And it's super resolution, not resolve. Don't know why it says that, but I will show you what that does later as well with that. That's what I was getting the game the sports Lego for. Oh, see it? It's got all these different ones. So we could just select between them if you wanted to. That's probably about the best one. So just leave that one just there. There we go. Cool. What we got next? Now this one I couldn't get to work earlier. So we'll give it a go. I'm just going to go back to the vector and make sure we've selected. Remember, like I said, these are all separate. So we're going to pick this part of the picture. So it's not going to affect any of the others, but it will affect this one. I should have done this first, really. So this will open up the prompt for us. And we can change anything we like about the picture. So, I know, on a snowy day, say, so we got the most drastic effect. See if it covers it in snow for us. You prefer the little haze without the ugly thing. Ugly. I was only on that bit. I must have accidentally clicked on that bit. But as you can see, it set it in winter, which is what I asked for. So that is very, very cool. Just gonna Control Z this so it goes back like that. I wanted this bit. I'm just gonna try that again. make this bit on a snowy day. Oh no, you said something about the house, didn't you? This change the cabin. A different one. So let's change that cabin to a different one, hopefully. See what it comes with. Nope, that didn't seem to do anything, did it? Very strange. That really didn't seem to do anything, so now it controls the last thing. I don't know what happened there. Very weird. I'm just gonna try that snow one again, just so we can see it there. That worked. So I want this on a snowy day. There we go. Nice. See what that comes up with. But you could do anything you like. Like, I want a dog on the field, or whatever it is, with the that one. And like you see, I didn't do it again. This broke somehow. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Just gonna control the. Very weird. But at least you've seen it work. But yeah, with this generative fill where I put the spaceship in, let's try adding a dog to this bit of the field. That works nicely. Add a dog. See if it does that for us. It could be my laptop, might not be Affinity. I'm just thinking. Wait for it now, if it does what we want to do. Already there. Wish it would show you what's doing in real time. There's the dog, and it's got all the lights, shading and everything. Right. So yeah, we'll keep that. And again, that's a separate object. So we can adjust that if we wanted to. What else we got? So we've got the blur. So let's go back to our vector and select something else. So we're just gonna use a minute. So I got something up for this. This fox here. So what we want to do is all those trees and everything in the background, we want to blur out and keep the fox perfect. I think I've done this for you in the past, but it was quite a challenge before. Now it's really easy. So we'll go to Canva. We'll go to portrait blur, and then we'll leave it to what it does. This one really affects my laptop, so we'll see what it does. I think I did this on one of your bags when you were trying to sell the bag, but you didn't want the background or something like that. But if we had this back in the day, it'd been done in 2 seconds. Well, as long as you're not trying to stream at the same time. and maybe get a better, a better laptop today. Yeah, this is really taking a long time. Oh, it's doing something. You see, it's all gone white like that. That's my laptop. That's not Affinity. That is my laptop. Just flashing like hell here. So hopefully it'll come back in. It's starting to rebuild. Just leave it for a little longer. Beautiful video it was. That's why I picked this one. I was like, yeah, that is so nice. This is taking a long time. On this one, you could go that same split view. If it does anything or not. No. You would really see the difference. But it's not done it yet. Like, you won't be able to hardly see these trees at all when it works. That's really not done it at all. Raise the focal distance. Lower it, see if that makes any odds. It's just being glitchy with my laptop. Oh, that's a shame. I want to show you that one. Raising the radius. I don't think it's going to. No. Damn. To give you an idea of what the effect would look like, it's basically like they've golden bird the whole background. That's what it looks like when it works. No, still not. I'm just gonna cancel it for now. That one is very processor hungry. That's a shame. Should I try it again? No, then I'll just move on. So unfortunately, but yeah, you'll see that all this background becomes white, and that fox will really pop. That is the idea of that one. So what we got next? This is lighting, isn't it? So let's go back to vector. This is so cool. Let's choose this dark image. So we've got this lady here. And we're gonna go back to Canva AI. Now we're gonna run the lighting, portray lighting. Hopefully this works. Take a little while to again. How this does this, I don't know. It's like magic. So this is a completely flat 2D image. Let's turn this up so you can see. I don't know whether you can see that or not. Can't really see it, can you, on there? And, no, it's this laptop. So this would actually give you a light in 3D space. So as I bring this light closer to her, only the edges that would have the light go in the light, and the other bits become dark. It's just like amazing when it works. And I have no idea how they do it. Just can't get it to do it. Let me try it again. Just cancel that. Let's go lights again. No, it's not letting me do it. Damn. I would change the strength to 100. I wonder if I change the color, does that help? No, you can't see it at all. Changing the color would be awesome because you can see reduce the radius for an ACES. Try that on. Now you'd really see. When I've used it before, their skin glaze real blue. You're not just patient. You have no choice but to be patient. Yeah, usually that is so true. No, it's not doing it again. I think we've lost it. Shame. I really want to show you that one. Change that back to white. Nope. That's a real shame. But yeah, you like say her nose. Like this part of her nose would be light up, and then this side would be in real dark. I'm not sure how it knows, but it does. That's very cool. I just can't get it to work. Damn it. I'm just gonna cancel it and go on to our next one, which is colorize. So, you might have seen this before. You get a black and white image, and it turns it color. They have things like this on what's it called? Ancestry. Yeah, Ancestry, that kind of thing. So you get really old photos, which I don't have, unfortunately, and it would color it for you. That is a real cool one. Next one is super resolution. I hope this works. Yeah, back there, and turn on our sports team logo. So this is the logo from earlier. There. If I zoom in, you'll see it's the pixelated original. Like that. Now that's because it's got such a small resolution. So we go to Canva AI. Hopefully it works. And we try and see what resolution is. It says super resolve. Not sure why. What does it make? I can't see it. Yeah, it didn't work for some reason. I will try again in a sec. If I zoom in now, you'll actually see now that's not changing it to vector. It is still pixel. If I zoom in even further, you'll see that both sides are pixel. Like this bit is a lot less than this bit. So we're just increasing the resolution. So that is something that's very cool. And the last one, oh yeah, this is to say where I hope this works. And change it back to the Foxy. Let's see if this one works. So that it this thing. Background remover, yes, that is coming up. So there we go. What this does is like it knows, say, the nose of the box is the closest thing to the camera going back through its body. So hopefully I'll be able to show you that. You see, oh no, it's not done it quite right. Difficult. No, it's not showing it at all. Oh yeah, there we go. No, it's not doing it. Oh, it was doing it earlier. So it was doing it like, yeah, that bit, say, would be the nose, and then going back into his face, into his like legs and things, and eventually you end up at the background. So I think it's kind of like showing you how it deals with depth, especially for that lighting tool we had earlier. That's very cool. Just gonna go back, see if we can get it to do it again. So Control Z. Maybe not like that. Use the vector. Oh, actually, I know what it is. It's where we extended the canvas earlier. Let's go right back. I think this was our problem here. When we extended this, we messed everything up. Let's go right back here. And let's go to the fox. And let's go to Canva AI. And then into pre-blur. See if it does it this time. Still not doing it as a damn thing. No, still not doing it. That's a shame. So you would real see the background blur out on this side, and then it'd be normal on this side. I just can't get it to do it. Not on the live anyway. I don't want to do that. I want to go to vector. And the last thing that I want to try again see if I can get this lights to work now. Let's go to Canva AI into our lights. I can tell it's not worked already. That's a shame. Damn. That would have been a real good effect to show you. Just can't get it working. And then we got background removal somewhere, don't we? Did I miss that? I think I missed that somewhere. Where is it? Have I got rid of it or something? It's not there. Where is it, Renee? It's in the toolbar on top. What was it? In Canva AI. Now we best pick a picture that will actually do that. Go to our guy again. We got the original. Like the effect on it. Probably. Get rid of the dark one. Yeah, so where was it? Background removal. Take it was under Canva AI. Out there. You see it now. Let's give this a go. See if this does it for us. Yeah, for you now. And yeah, just like that, so that was even easier than before. So the AI has done all the job for us. Even his little hairs and things. It did it so quick. Very cool. So, but yeah, I think that's it for now until I find some more. So thank you very much for coming. Sorry it's a bit late. Knew this one was gonna drag on for a bit. Then we'll go to back here. And I haven't really got time to do any questions, but if there was any questions, get rid of that. Here we go. Yeah. Put them into the Q&A section on the Discord, and I will try and answer them for next week. So yeah, that hopefully that explains a bit. Like I say, I'm still learning it myself, but there is a heck of a lot. So some very cool tools there. So yeah, thank you very much for coming, and I will see you in the next one.
Paint strokes hit the screen like a heartbeat. Teek Fox in the zone, can't skip a beat. Tutorials blazing, they spark the art. Digital canvas, where the legends start.